What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade going live on Analysis Playground on YouTube exclusively. We're going to talk about some moves that was made the last couple of days, like Malcolm Brogdon getting signed to the New York Knicks to give them more depth, gives them a guy that can handle the ball, make threes, get to the basket, get to the free throw line, make things easier on guys like Towns and Brunson and McHale and OG because he can find them when he collapsed the defense. And he's a guy that can do a lot of things still, but he has been injured a lot. And I think that he gets injured less because they don't need him to be out there as much. They don't need him to do as much. He was also a former sixth man of the year, so we know what he can do still. Still not that old, just a little beat up, just a little toe up, but he still understands how to use his body, still understands how to use the game to his advantage. And I think that he's a great and an excellent day pickup for any team. And I'm glad that the Knicks was able to get him. And they didn't really have to get rid of that much to do that. They still, as you will hear as this video continues to go on, they still would definitely be trying to find some other guys. They're trying to get as deep as they can to increase their chance of winning in the playoffs and being healthy during the regular season. And that makes a lot of sense. And when you have the room and you have the ability to get good talent, you should be taking full advantage of it. The update that everybody don't really want to hear because it's going on too long, but it's the truth, is Jonathan Kuminga is still holding off on qualifying offer in hopes of Warrior deal or sign and trade. We knew that. It's getting closer to that time where he can take the qualifying offer and lock himself into another season with the Golden State Warriors, but he will be free to be able to join any team next year, and we'll see if they make a move to get him on a different roster because only the Sacramento Kings and the Phoenix Suns are really, really interested in getting him. Other than that, it may be interesting for him to try to go through an entire season, risk injuries and stuff like that by turning down guaranteed money that the Warriors are trying to give him. But you have to be brave. You have to bet on yourself sometimes. You have to take risks. You have to take gambles in this life to see the other side, to see if it was green or if it was hay. And it seems like Kuminga is all for seeing if it's green. He already is rich. He already has a ring. He just want to play more. He just want to have more opportunity. He just want to show how good he is. And there's teams that believe in him. There's teams that want to try that theory. We'll see what happens with that in the future. Bones Highland and the Minnesota Timberwolves agreed to a deal. The 6'2" guard completed his fourth season in the NBA. He did play for 24 games with the LA Clippers and the Timberwolves during the 2024-2025 season. Bones Highland gave them 6 points on 39% shooting from three, including a career high 39% from three, like I said. And they also seen that he got 1.3 assists in 10 minutes. That's really good value for a guy that you're not really paying that much money to get. He's fast, he's quick. He can also get to the free throw line, and he can also get to the basket. It is good that he's been working on his catch and shoot game because he's not going to play enough minutes to be a decision maker or a ball handler for a long period of time. So it's good that he can fit in and stick out sometimes too. And it makes sense why the Wolves will want him. His career averages 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists throughout 186 games. He only started 10 games in his career with the Denver Nuggets, Clippers, and Timberwolves. These are the teams he played for so far. He earned that all-rookie second-team honor in 2021 through the 2022 season when he averaged 10 points on 40% shooting, 2 rebounds, and 2.8 assists. But he did play 19 minutes, which is a lot for him. And that was a really good thing to see. And I think he wants to get it back to that range for his own benefit, obviously. But he also wants to be a guy that is going to make a difference on the team. Bismack Biyombo, one of the biggest news today, he ended up signing another 1-year deal with the Spurs. Bismack Biyombo averaged 5 points, 5 boards in 28 games last season. He signed with the Spurs late February to give them depth at center. This season, he will back up Victor Wembanyama and Big Cornette, who came over from the Celtics to the Spurs. It's good to have a third string center because they are hard to find because most teams are looking for them because you can't teach 7 feet, especially when you can protect the rim and dunk and rebound, which is something that Bismack Biyombo does. He stays near the rim on both ends of the court, and that's his calling card, and that's what got him paid. That's what's keeping him in the NBA. So why not stick to what you know and what teams want you to do and just perfect that role? No shame in it because most players and people want to be an NBA player, and you still are one of them. And Bismack Biyombo was the 7th overall pick in the 2011 NBA draft, and he's still hanging around after this deal. A deal that just happened not that long ago was the Hawks. They traded Kobe Bufkin to the Brooklyn Nets. Bufkin, for his own flex, was a 15th overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft out of Michigan. Bufkin did play in 10 games last season with the Hawks. He did average 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. During Bufkin rookie season, he averaged 23.6 points, 5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, and 32 minutes across 14 G League games. The Hawks create a roster spot with the transaction, while the Knicks have reached the minimum salary floor and also maintains 11.6 million in cap space, which is very, very hard to do. But there's a team that still has options to pick up young, talented guys that they want to try out, like a Kobe Bufkin, because of that ability to trade a couple guys that they might not like and still have enough to take a contract back, even if it's a lucrative one, I should say. And that's a good flexibility spot to be in. So praise the Brooklyn Nets a little bit for that decision. And Bufkin does have some untapped potential, so we'll see how that works out in the future. That is the thing. The Knicks are still trying to work out other players like Dennis Smith Jr., Alex Lynn, and Trey Jemison III. We'll see if any of those guys actually make the roster by the start of the season or through the middle of the season. Like I said, the Knicks have been on it when it comes to trying to get the best players for their roster. An update on Jaren Jackson. He's progressing well in the turf toe recovery. They need him. He's one of their best players, their best defender, and it's good that he can space the floor and knock down shots and also take advantage of mismatches with that hook shot that he has or that push shot. They're going to need him to perform well and play a lot of games this year if they're going to make it back to the playoffs. Other than that, the Knicks plan to sign Muhammad to a standard contract. We'll see if that actually works out. Moses Brown and the Nuggets agreed to a contract. That's another thing. Bilal Coulibaly undergoes surgery to repair torn ligament in the thumb. That's good to get that done before the season starts because, like I said, you want him to be on the court as much as possible. Other than that, that's all the biggest news around the NBA for September 15, a little bit before this date. Just trying to wrap it all up in one video. But the thing about Brogdon, he has appeared in 63 combined games over the past 2 seasons after winning Sixth Man of the Year in his long season with the Boston Celtics, which was 2022 and 2023, a year that he thought he can possibly win a championship, but he didn't end up getting it done because the team just collapsed at the end of the day and came up short. Brogdon is a career 38% three-point shooter, but had a percentage of just 28% last season with the Wizards. The Knicks will use Brogdon in a more limited bench role, which will allow him to remain a productive player into his 30s, and hopefully that can stop him from getting major injuries because of his play style, which has got him banged up a lot throughout his career. I do think that he bolsters their bench, him and Shamet. I think that was the right decision to get both of those guys on the roster. One's a guy that can defend multiple positions and hit perimeter shots from time to time. And one is a guy that can, be a combo guard. So the more talent and the more things you can do with your bench, the better it is for you. Obviously, the Knicks understand that. That's why they're making these moves. And one of their biggest criticisms was the fact that they played their starters too much. And then that could be detrimental in the future as they get older and as they continue to play a lot of minutes. It also increases the chance of them getting injured anyway. And we done seen a lot of those guys get injured last year. Now, if they do get injured or they want to get a break or some rest, at least they know that they have a lot of talent to be able to rely on. And I think this is a confident group. If I'm looking at this roster and I'm on the Knicks, like, yeah, we have a lot of guys. We should be in the NBA finals when this season is over. And if we don't, that's a complete failure. They have that good of a starting lineup. They have a good coach. They have a good bench. They have shooting. They have spacing. They have size. They have switchability. And they also have guys that can play multiple positions and guard multiple positions. So the Knicks is probably the best team in the East. If they're not, they're close to it. We don't know because the season hasn't started. They up there with Cleveland. They have made the right moves. They have another year under their belt together. That should help build chemistry. That should help build confidence. And that should help build, trust. And of course, they have a new coach, so they got to gel with that sometime. But Mike Brown is very, very educated. He knows what the game is. He knows how to get his guys to play it the right way. I think the offense will look better. I think the defense will be there. They have no reason not to be, besides Brunson and Towns not being great defenders themselves, but they have surrounded them with players that can fill those spots a little bit. And I like this Knicks roster. I like it. I do believe that they're going to have a great season. I do believe that the crowds and the fans are going to be insane because they're going to be so happy to see this team win a lot. And that comes with pressure of, can we actually get it done and win an NBA championship? And I think that's what the Knicks are going to be looking at. Like, man, we have no reason to not be in the finals this year. Besides, we got beat by the better team. And that just means what more can you put on this roster for them to be able to win one? That's going to be the question in the next 2 years. If the roster continues to get to be like this and continue to look like this, it's going to make you wonder, what can the Knicks do to improve? What can the Knicks really do to be a championship team? And I think that's going to be a legitimate question. It's going to be a legitimate thing to watch out for and enjoy as these couple seasons where Brunson continues to go forward. And it's going to be fun to keep a lookout on that. Other than that, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. Thank y'all for continuing to appreciate the content for what it is and making time and caring about what I have to say and what I like to do, which is talk about and break down the game of basketball. All I can say is comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis and get it when it first comes out. I also want to let y'all know I make conversation videos just like about various NBA only topics. I also do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. I also do mock draft and draft covers. So you love that type of stuff. You can't get enough of it. You really want a lot of it. I got over 3,000 plus videos already on my channel that you can watch and you can enjoy. Not only that, I also upload videos each and every day. So you always have something to watch, always have something to look forward to, always have something to enjoy when it comes to the game of basketball, when it comes to this channel. Other than that, I'm going for now. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for coming in. And I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Y'all stay blessed up. Peace and gone for now. That's a class.